Welcome back to Good Day State Line. We are talking to Darris Cooper right now, a dog trainer who's going to tell us how we can continue to do all the things we love with our animals despite the coronavirus outbreak. Good morning, Darris.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. So everyone who has pets just loves them so much and has been kind of confused about what we can do, what we can't do while we're staying at home. But you have all the answers, don't you?
I think so. At least I'll try.
So what should we know right now about our pets?
So one thing to keep in mind, just like us, they're learning so much during this time, and every day is probably going to be a little different. So one thing to do right out of the gate is making sure that your pets stay happy, healthy, and busy during this time, but also maintaining their health and wellness routine, as we're probably doing the same for ourselves and our families. One thing to also keep in mind is that our pets are probably not getting the same physical exercise and mental stimulation that they normally would. So finding ways to do that inside will be really important to help curb some of that unwanted behaviors.
Yeah, I always say that I feel bad when an animal or a baby has like an ear infection because they can't tell you about it. This is a similar situation because you can't really convey to your animal what's happening right now. They don't know.
Right. And one thing is for certain that I truly feel that animals see things as far as the world that we don't see. And I definitely know that animals are certainly in tune with emotions, right? And at a time right now where emotions can potentially be all over the place, I know, for example, my dog has picked up on some stressors and certainly comes over and sits, right next to me, which tells me that, again, they do feel and they do understand and they are living, breathing creatures like you and I. And so I think it's very important to listen to our pets and also advocate for them at a time like this.
So, what have you been seeing? You mentioned that we want to make sure that we are keeping our animals healthy. Inside is a bigger option for most of us right now. What exactly should we be doing?
Right. So, as a dog trainer, I'll tell you right out of the gate that training is a phenomenal way to keep your dogs mentally stimulated and also exercise as well. Being able to train new behaviors, it does a couple of things, right? It keeps their minds busy. It allows you to bond with them with something that is great, which is positive reinforcement. But also at the same time, too, you're able to potentially teach the dog behaviors that you want to see versus focusing on the behaviors that you don't like. And again, it's another great way to reinforce your bond together.
Yeah, because right now we have a little bit more free time in some sense. So maybe you kind of always wanted to do this with your animal and you getting the opportunity right now for somebody who has never trained a dog. They're nothing like you. Where should they start? How should they get moving with this?
So right out of the gate, when it comes to training or working with any animal, because one thing you have to keep in mind, any animal you can train, whether it be a beta fish or a 100-pound dog. First thing that I tell anyone before you start asking for behaviors, teaching tricks, building that trust, building that relationship with them first, being that that's going to be the foundation of everything that you do going forward. Of course, positive reinforcement-based methods truly actually help to increase the behaviors that we want to see. And keeping it super simple, you ask your dog to sit, the dog sits, you give treats. One thing though to keep in mind, not all dogs are motivated by the same thing. Some dogs, they love treats, toys, some love the scratches behind the ears, and every dog will be different. So it's really up to you to find out what exactly is that your pet actually likes.
Which is great, and you have the time maybe right to now to do it. I want to ask you this too, just a question that I
Yep.
had. A lot of people are getting new animals right now. I've seen so many pictures of new puppies coming into homes as they are, trying to get someone to hug that they can, a new animal, and thinking that they have the time to train. So for those who are watching who maybe just got a new puppy or are going to get one, what's the first thing that you want to tell them, whether we were quarantined or not, that they should do with that puppy?
Absolutely. So before you actually decide to bring a puppy into your new home, just like with children, it's important to prepare. That means making sure that you have all the supplies needed, from the food to the leashes to the crates, the interactive toys, the potty patches or the wee wee pads, being that we're probably not going to be going on walks like we normally would, at least for right now. And then also to mentally and emotionally preparing the entire family. That includes the children, right? Because of course we want the children to be a big part of the training process, but we want to make sure too that the children also understand that there are going to be boundaries around this new puppy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time this morning. I'm sure you have plenty of tips that exist online somewhere. Where can we go to get them?
Absolutely. So during this time, we've actually updated our Petco YouTube channel. So you'll actually find some great how-to training videos there, including our Facebook and Instagram. But of course, you can find all the information surrounding how to keeping your dogs happy and healthy at petco.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Coming up next, a former firefighter and EMT turns his knowledge into an amazing software program to help patients at home. Catch up with anything you might have missed here on Good Day Stateline at gooddaystateline.com. We'll be right back.